Hand clap to the massive guys. We are finally back again for another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction channel, guys. Big up all the Mystelics family. Definitely tune in to another reaction, and of course the newcomers out there, big up yourself as well for definitely tuning in. I don't know why I did this and this. I guess we Mystelics family, newcomers, big up everybody, man. Big up all yourself for definitely tuning in to another reaction right there. And then of course what you see right there is GRANBY, guys, and of course there's some sort of weather patterns happening. I don't know if it was a tropical not a tropical storm, a trough or a tropical wave, I'm not sure, but it was definitely raining today, guys, and it was raining all across the island right there, especially in places like Roseau and of course the further down the south. But guys, before I get into that whole vibrations, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that thumbs up. Click the thumbs up button right now, guys, and of course if you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get more vibrations as they tend to come through right there and there. Anyways, guys, let's get into it. So this is GRANBY right there, guys. GRANBY raining like crazy, man. Wind and rain. Somebody coat that there, man. Somebody forget their coat, man, in the rain. Somebody forget their coat, we father. Or somebody umbrella. What is that now? Tarpaulin. Okay, papa. The house to finish building, but I have tarpaulin. Yes, sir. So yes, guys, that's what the conditions right there. That was actually today, I think. That was today. Yes, there was a lot of rain earlier on today as well. I think it calmed down right now. But of course, this was in the BrBpTV area, guys. And of course, this is what this person is saying right there. Let me make sure I zoom in so you guys can see too. I want to see too. But this person is saying, I saw this on Facebook yesterday. The condition of a preschool temporary housing. So this is actually not a preschool. This is a temporary housing that housing a preschool, brothers and sisters, in the southern part of Dominica. And if this is real, then these children are in danger of being hurt seriously. They can slide and fall in these areas. But of course, this is actually real. This is it right there, guys. You can literally hear the little ones at the back, in the background. Seems like this was a class or something. And the chairs and stuff are all there. Yep. This is definitely a class. And this is a temporary holding facility for the preschool. What has happened to the other preschool? The real preschool, is it not fixed yet? What has happened, guys? The people of BrBpTV who watch my videos or are watching this here one, what has happened to this preschool? Why they have to use a temporary housing, which of course can be hazardous to the very little ones that they are housing in this one right there. Is it broken? Yep, it broke. It broke. Oh, so that's what that was about. Oh, that's what that was about. That's what this was about. What kind of English I'm saying here? It's broken right there. So I'm guessing the trees maybe fell on the I'm guessing the trees maybe fell on the thing and broke. That's what matters to me. That's what I'm thinking of right now. But yeah, it kind of broke out, guys, and you know, rain must fall, brethren. Rain must fall. Rain, Lord. Oh, rain, Lord. All right. Yes, Lord. So how often do we have to complain about this kind of situations? But I'm guessing it could be a fluke in nature. Nature cracked this stuff. Maybe if this didn't happen, you know, this wouldn't have happened. But hopefully they get to rectify that situation right there. Anyways, guys, there's something positive that I've noticed. I actually mentioned this right there of them clearing out, but there's something some other folks noticed as well. Take a listen to this.
Yes. The Baku people using their brain, or the government using their brain. Finally.
I don't have any faith in the government using any type of brain, because you know how things go. So most likely these are the people themselves who thought of this idea. And you can clearly see that there's something going on there, guys. They're putting like little shells or little blockages to kind of build up the water.
They're creating step bays so that the river does not appear to look low. So it looks like they're creating some pools, certain area people can go there and bathe. That's very smart. Finally they think it.
I think so too. That's very smart indeed. This is like creating, like I mentioned, creating dams. If they were to build some additional walls and stuff, the Roseau River would rise. It would definitely rise again. But how high do you want it to rise? So you have to be careful on that right there. So maybe that's what the level of height that it is, and it's also natural using stones and sand and stuff, can make sense right there.
They should think just like that and be persistent just like that.
Yeah.
For the people, not for the reefer, but for the people working hard at it.
Yeah, and I'm quite happy to see this. I also think that they should put some blockage at the top. So, well, not necessarily blockage, because the reason why I keep mentioning about dams, you can literally open up the thing. You have electronic systems, you open up the thing, and then you can put turbines on there that can generate electricity, hydroelectricity, turbines on these things. So when this thing is flowing, it can build up these things, and if there is some sort of heavy rainfall or whatever, you can open up the stuff and it can properly flow. And as it's properly flowing, then, you know, things would not escalate to another region right there. So what are your thoughts, guys? I think this is a good thing right there. So kudos to the people who thought of this and are putting this out there.
That's good.
And are doing this, actually.
I think the other side is the same. See?
Yeah, it makes sense. Some people might say that it looks like they're trying to trick people into thinking that the river, but this is exactly how a river flows, guys. There's some sort of blockage in the region somewhere, and it's full enough, it creates like a barrier up, and then the water comes inside there, fills it up, and then flows over. That's how it rolls. So I know some people will say they're trying to trick people into thinking the Rosewood River is thinking, but if you properly, this is how you properly do it. I also think that they should have done it at a sort of like a slant or a curve, a slight curve. That way the water will properly flow and build up itself much better than just having it straight, because remember, if you have it like this, the water can also push this down. But if it's curved, it will be much better to keep it like this for a longer time. So I mean, that's, people who understand engineering can definitely agree with me on this one. It should have been curved a little. It's nice, yes, kudos to the people, no doubt about it, that's good. But if you want to keep this a bit longer, you should have curved it right there, you know. But yeah, kudos to the people who thought of this in this regard right there. Anyways, guys, let's move to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, I've been saying something, man. I've been seeing this video circulating. I'm not sure if this is a recent one, but let's listen.
Because you have to understand, the CBI, while it is doing well for us now, the government fully understands.
That has to be the past, because CBI is on the downturn. So much on the downturn. The very Prime Minister said, if not CBI, what else? But apparently, he's on some other route right now.
That there can be something happening in the world and the CBI comes to us.
You mean like, you know, the people trying to put restrictions on CBI, because that's what they're trying to do right now? Because of all the people who obtain criminal passports, and then you guys are pitching to them. And the TAD said this, stop pitching that you can get the CBI and then enter our country. You can get these passports and enter our country. The TAD tell you guys not to do this. But yet still, all you still promoting this. How it's true? It's not true? I'll show you in a while.
Or there can be a dramatic reduction in the amount of money that we get in every year.
But sir, you talking about CBI. What about what the CBI can do? Have you taken that money to build industries in Dominica that can actually help? Or are you just taking that money to give people temporary satisfaction without actually having no surplus to create monies? What industries have you created that creating monies in Dominica or allowing? It's one thing for you to get money, guys. It's another thing for you to just spend that money vai all over the place. But you can actually literally utilize that money you make. Guys, my camera just filled up there, so I had to delete some files and stuff. But I'm just thinking of you getting money. You get money and then you just want to spend the money without actually realizing how that money can be used to make more money for you. I mean, you don't build any factories. You don't build any things that the people can get involved. You don't spend that money in the right ways to find markets for people to do certain things. How do you expect the people to grow? How do you expect the country to grow, the economy to grow? Nothing. You don't expect nothing to happen, but you're talking about how you expect. Say you get monies from CBI, you should be using the monies to build factories and doing things in the place that can then create some sort of revenue. We can actually utilize what Dominica has and then start selling things overseas. But none of that is happening. None of that. But it seems like you only want things to be for yourself, for your sphere. So we get money from CBI, I get to use it how I want and whatnot all over the place. If I put it wherever and make money and what, they can come to me instead of making that money come to the people. And what you do, you build houses for people, for them to be loyal to you. But then there's no jobs that is being created. So the people that you put in house themselves don't even know how to properly sustain themselves. They have to go and try and sell things to the very local people who already don't have spending power. Imagine that. They give you a house, they give you a set of all your house. No jobs created in the economy is dwindling. Yet still you have to go and do little agriculture for you to go and sell to the very people who are trying to sell agriculture to you too. That is something else, because there's not much things circulating in the place. That is the problem with Dominica. There's not much circulation happening. But anyways, guys, let's continue right there.
So we're not unmindful as a government of those realities.
Seems like you are.
So when you go and things that you have legal obligations for, and you go and you peg it against something like CBI funds, and then you say, okay, well, I'm going to raise $300 million because I have to pay increases of salaries with CBI funds.
Or you have a number of people to pay when it comes down to the gas, so you decide to leave the gas prices higher so that you can gain some money from the very people who are suffering, so they can pay off these people from the decisions that you guys have made. That's the only conclusion I can get when it comes down to why our gas prices. Granted, that time it's $12, $13. We send kids $12, $13 for gas, or still 16. Boy. So you're putting it on the back of the people when you could have taken the CBI money and create factories that can actually create surplus that can get the monies from overseas to come in. Basically, because when you sell produce overseas, you get that overseas money to come back into Dominica. But no, instead you want the people in Dominica who are not getting much money from overseas. You want the money to be circulating within, and then the money depletes and then come to you in taxes, which means that less money is going to be circulating in people. If $100 is in the economy and you have to get 15% VAT from the $100 that is circulating in the economy, you're then going to take 15%. That means when tax is done, you have $85 remaining circulating in the economy. Then you're going to take a portion of that $15 to put back to pay teachers and what have you. That might just be about what? I don't know, 5%. So you have $90 circulating in the economy now, instead of the 100, because there's not much money coming from outside in. I mean, we have to think. We have to do like those people on that put in the blockage in the Roseau River. Think.
And then it crashes. Instead of raising 300, you raise 3 million. How are you going to raise the $297 million to pay the recurrent expenditure?
Well, before it crashes, you would have started building factories and doing things in the place that can actually create money from outside that can come in. Can produce, juices, our own water. One water we have, how we consider ourselves to be the nature of the Caribbean, and one bottle of water alone we have, and it's more expensive. It's more expensive than the imported water. And when we have our water outside there now, it is much cheaper. It's still more expensive. Sorry, it's still more expensive than the water, because the country want the people to buy their water. So we on the other hand in Dominica, the overseas Trinidad water, oasis, all them kind of things there, the waters are much cheaper than our own water, even though they imported. But when our waters go out there now, our water is more expensive. Thus less people will still buy our water from outside. I don't understand this kind of things there. And outside have a number of water. We have Trinidad water, we even had Antigua water. Hey, you see that place there? So if you don't put things in place, then you would, of course, if the thing crashed, then you wouldn't be able to create the $300 million that you speak of. But if you get in 500, you do a little factory here and there, things going out there, you get more money, things before it crash. We have been having CBI for so long now. CBI is crashing. What have you done? Which factories that have you set up to at least prevent the same situation you're talking about right now? You see, that is what they call gaslighting. You're telling the people about certain situations that would happen, and you know these situations would happen, but you did nothing. Yet still you come and tell people, what if that happened? But you did nothing to stop it. That's called gaslighting. You gaslighting the people.
Taxes.
Then you have to tax the people. If the CBI is not generating funds because it crashed and you didn't put nothing in place, just like Ian, or was it Ian? Ian said VAT is the backbone of the economy. I think it was him. And then our CBI came in, and now you say CBI is if not CBI, what else? When we had agriculture and all these things that we can actually do. We have foreigners taking over the construction industry and thus allowing that money to go out, not stay circulating in places like Grenada. You cannot do that. Foreign companies will come into Grenada, sure, but they have to use 70 to 80% of the Grenadians. The workforce must be 70 to 80% of the workforce. It cannot be like what them Chinese come in and just do building road and have like what 2-3% of the Dominica. How you expect the money to circulate in Dominica? It going out. So you have more money going out than coming in. I don't understand how we just use logic in that Dominica there.
And how many of us in Dominica can pay more tax than we paid already now?
God have mercy upon us.
True. God have mercy upon us. I tell you, boy. And this is what I'm talking about right there, guys. When they say we're not in that, they say this when you have things like this going up. I see Grenada there too. I see Dominica. I have a number of them there. Is that St. Kitts? I don't even know what are they. St. Kitts. Maybe this is St. Kitts. But they're selling out both right. This is Dominica. This is Grenada. This is St. Kitts. But the difference between the St. Kitts, Grenada, and Dominica doesn't do much for the country. They're building house for people, not creating surplus for the people to have, not creating jobs, nothing like that. Grenada is definitely doing things in the country for them to create surplus for the people. St. Kitts and Nevis is definitely doing the same. They're creating surplus in the place, putting monies in the right places to create surplus for the people. Dominica is the only one that is different here. But, c'est la vie. This is another thing I was talking about the other day there. On the UWP, you could literally see that is a fact. I wish it's fake news that there is a fact, guys. Even the partner get mega. The partner get mega. So they have all this stock up and everything, business booming. Look at that demand trying to sell now. That demand trying to sell. That is a fact. Small businesses on the UWP. That is a fact. Small businesses on the labor. That is a fact. Don't get me wrong, it's not all small businesses, but majority of small businesses on the UWP were like this. Majority of small business on the DLP is like this. That's a fact. Guys, I think this is what I'm gonna stop with before I get vexed. I think this is what I'm gonna stop. Let me see if I have anything else there. Yeah, I have a few more things there, but I'll do it another time, man. I have to talk about this guy. The situation that happened to this guy. I have to talk about it. But guys, let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think the Prime Minister is on the right path? Do you think that what he says makes sense, or he just gaslighting the people? I think he's gaslighting the people. When something is happening and you caused it, then you see what is happening, pretending like you're not the cause of it. That's gaslighting the people. You are literally the cause because you did not do anything to alleviate the problem, even though you knew that CBI, or maybe you didn't know if CBI was crashing. But if CBI, a lot of people were saying that. A lot of people were saying that. If the United Workers Party was saying that the CBI money should be used to develop things in Dominica. But no, instead you decided to build house for people. And don't get me wrong, some people needed houses, true. But that wasn't the benefit to them, building the house, and they cannot do anything else apart from leaving the house. Sometimes they can't even pay their own electricity bill. They can't pay their water bill because they don't have money, because they're not working. We have to start thinking, guys. We have to start thinking. And the Prime Minister come in and say things that he knows if it crashed. It's not the first time you hear about it crashing. Or if it crashed, what else? You yourself said if not CBI, what else? And now you talk about CBI crashing, what else? But you do building factories to alleviate this thing. You do building nothing to stop this thing from happening. If it crashed, then where the money gone? Building houses for people? I would much rather you develop businesses and stuff that can actually get money from overseas. Get that foreign exchange to come in, just like Ross used to do back in the day. And then people get to work in these places and they build up themselves and get money like people used to do back in the day. I think that would be beneficial to the people, no? And then the people will be able to rent an accommodation and then rent until they are able to buy their own house because they're building up this stuff. And thus that money will be circulating in, bringing funds from overseas into Dominica. And then that money will be circulating in Dominica. And thus people will have more spending power, the spending power will increase. And things will happen. But how come you don't know this? You're talking about if the CBI crash, what will happen? But what will happen? You have done nothing to do to Guys, let me know your thoughts in this regard. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. This is pretty much all your boss for this reaction video. Give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe. Click the subscribe button, click the bell, and then click all so you'll be pretty much notified when I drop my videos right there, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam.